Today we're going to continue talking about calculating interest. We're going to talk about simple and compound. So if you did not watch the videos last week, I would encourage you to go back and do that. This PDF is posted in Google Classroom in case you want to print it out. I'm going to work through some of these problems with you, and then the others I'm going to put in the Google form for you to show me that you're understanding this information. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10 with you. And then in the Google form will be 5 through 9. So we need to make sure we're reading real carefully and we're paying attention to what type of interest we need to find as far as if it's simple interest or if it is compound interest. So remember, for simple interest, our formula is I equals PRT. If it is compound interest, then we have um, I I remember now. On compound, it is not I because you get your total amount. So the interest is already added in. So you have your account value is equal to P times 1 plus the rate to the T power. So then you would take, if you wanted to find I on compound, you would take your actual minus your principal. So we're going to look at these two different types. I want to make sure that everybody's feeling comfortable with this information before we move on. So here we have Jesse deposits $3,500 in an account at Green Market Group. So if you look up here at Green Market Group, it is in fact simple interest. So this is our P. Find the amount of interest earned on the total value of the account after 5 years. So this is T, and then we of course have our R right here. So we have I equals PRT 3,500. Change our percent to a decimal, 0.05 times 15. If you have not opened your calculator yet or you do not have it handy, I would do that here. We're going to go ahead and use this information. So 3,500 times 0.05 times 15 gives us an interest of 2,625. So I'm going to come back, I'll write that in, 2,625. And then to find your total value, you simply need to take that 2,625 plus the 3,500. Come back to my calculator, plus 3,500. So now I have $6,125. Donna deposits $850 in an account at Financial Life. Well, if we look up here, Financial Life is in fact going to be a compound interest. So here's our P. Find the amount of interest earned on the total value of the account after 60 months. Now remember, we talked about T is always years. So I'm going to actually change this to 5 years. And then we can start plugging things in. So we're going to actually get our account value, A, first, and then we'll have to go back to find that interest. So our principal is 850 times 1 plus our rate as a decimal, 0.029 to the 5th power. So we're going to come to our calculator. 850 times, I'm going to go ahead and just add those together. 1.029, close parentheses, and then remember this little caret, this little 2/3 of a triangle to the 5th gives us $980. We'll call that 61 cents. 980 and 61 cents. Because remember, on a compound interest, it gives us our total value first. So to get our earned interest, we would take that 980.61 minus the total amount we originally had. I can go back to my calculator. Minus, we originally had $850. So 130 and 61 cents was our earned interest. Okay, and that's actually what they were asking us for. On number 3, Martin deposits $7,000 in an account at Victory Bank. Well, Victory Bank is in fact a simple interest. Find the amount of interest earned. Again, they're giving us months, so we need to change this to 3 years. So I equals P 7,000, our rate as a decimal, 0.0325 times 3. So we can come and we can do 7,000 times 0.0325 times 3, $682.50. $82.50. So that was our interest, and then our total is now we take the I plus that 7,000, and we can do that in our head. So $7,682.50. And then we have Lillian. So Lillian is an Excellence Bank, which is a compound interest bank. So we have a P of $1,600. Find the amount of interest earned and the total value of her account after 18 years. So they gave us the T. So A equals 1,600, 1 plus 0.415 to the 18th power. So now we can go through and we can go to our calculator. 1,600 plus 1.0415, close parentheses, caret to the 18th power. Okay, so we got an E number, which is, oh, I apologize. We need to go back. My parentheses went around my 1,600, so that's not correct. So 1,600 times parentheses 1.0415 to the 18th power. That looks much different because otherwise they were adding first and we don't want that. 3, that's much better. That makes much more sense. So $3,326.50. So if we take that and we subtract our 1,600, so 3326.5 minus 1,600, then we have an interest of $1726.50. Okay, so I wanted to just recap. We did them individually last week. I wanted to recap and show you those this week. Now, on 5, 6, and 7, they're going to have you work backwards. So, for example, on number 5, it is simple interest, and we did do some of these last week, so you may want to go back and look. You have P, and you have T, and you have I, and you need to find the rate. So make sure you're writing your formula and you're plugging in appropriately. If we look over here at number 8 and 9, there is a mistake. So I would like you to find the mistake and then find the correct amount of interest. And remember, on 5 through 9, you're going to put those answers in on a Google document. Zeke, I'm going to do number 10 with you. It's calculating interest earned on a deposit of $5,200 in an account that earns 3.15% simple interest for 48 months. So first of all, remember, this needs to be 4 years. And when you're working through these, I would suggest you go ahead and write it out yourself instead of looking at their work. So I would say 5,200 times 0.30315 times 4, and already I can see where their mistake was. And then I can say, go to my calculator, 5200 times 0.0315 times 4, 655.20. So that's a much, much different number. Zeke's finds the interest as shown in the work above. Find and describe the mistake in Zeke's work. So I've already marked his work. And then the total amount of interest, we would just write 655.20. So I hope this review helps. Please let me know if you have any questions.